We've just got so much going on these past few days, guys. It's honestly hard to keep these news videos as short as I'd like, but so much is just falling into place and, we really need to look at it in context. I chose to pull this out of the news shorts because it took a little more investigation. So today we are going to look at and examine a couple related events, starting with the elephant in the room that the media is foaming at the mouth about: the Trump-Musk spat. In my last Veiled Truths video, we looked at this very abrupt and very public spat. Those who can see through the smoke know that something is up and there's more going on. We discussed the initial narrative that Musk was using reverse psychology to get the left and the media begging for the Jeffrey Epstein client list to be released. While it's true that there are many more who are not on the list, we pretty much expect political mega donors and politicians to be on it. So would they really make such a silly move as to support the release? Then memes came out implying that the light was being shown on the Trump-Musk divorce while someone was on a computer in the dark with the words Palantir surveillance database. So of course I had to find out what Palantir surveillance database is. Normally I wouldn't spend too much on this, but it tied into a Supreme Court decision on Friday, so let's take a look. Let me ask you to please give the video a thumbs up and share with your awakening or even your still asleep friends. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, because you never know what we will be discussing as we peel back the layers of deception and uncover the secrets that have been hidden for centuries. Also, this channel is self-funded, and thanks to so many of you, I am learning how to create streams of income to support it. So if you'd like to help keep me independent, I am always grateful, and now have memberships, shopping items, super thanks tips, and my newest creation is my book that helps you heal with your food and herbs rather than big pharma drugs. We'll start with the elephant in the room that the media is foaming at the mouth about: the Trump-Musk spat. In my last Veiled Truths video, we looked at this very abrupt and very public spat. Those who can see through the smoke know that something is up and there's more going on. We discussed the initial narrative that Musk was using reverse psychology to get the left and the media begging for the Jeffrey Epstein client list to be released. While it's true that there are many more who are not on the list, we pretty much expect political mega donors and politicians to be on it. So would they really make such a silly move as to support the release? Then memes came out implying that the light was being shown on the Trump-Musk divorce while someone was on a computer in the dark with the words Palantir surveillance database. So of course I had to find out what Palantir surveillance database is. Normally I wouldn't spend too much on this, but it ties into a Supreme Court decision on Friday, so let's take a look. So let's take a look at this Palantir surveillance database. Palantir Technologies is a data analytics company that develops software platforms like Gotham and Foundry that are used for surveillance and data integration. It has been used by the United States government since 2018, primarily by government agencies, law enforcement, and intelligence communities. So it was originally employed under the first Trump administration. The software has been used extensively on U.S. government platforms since at least 2008, starting with early contracts with intelligence agencies like the CIA and expanding to agencies like DHS, ICE, and the Department of Defense over the past 17 years. There's that number 17 in context with the Department of Defense. Specifically, Palantir has been involved in creating a mega API or application programming interface for accessing Internal Revenue Service records as part of DOGE's efforts to streamline government data systems. This project involved collaboration between DOGE, Palantir representatives, and IRS engineers to build a single API layer over IRS databases, aimed at improving efficiency and data access. Think of the API interface like a waiter taking and delivering your dinner order. Additionally, Palantir has been tapped to create a master immigration database to support DOGE's initiatives, including tracking migrant movements in real time for immigration and customs enforcement under a $30 million contract. Reports also indicate that Palantir's Gotham software is being used to analyze behavioral patterns, flag fraud, and support decisions related to public safety and immigration, aligning with DOGE's cost-cutting and efficiency goals. Palantir's Foundry platform is also deployed across agencies like the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Health and Human Services, where it supports data modernization and operational tasks. These applications could potentially include reviewing or auditing processes, such as tracing financial transactions or identifying errors, as Palantir's software is designed to analyze large data sets and flag anomalies. So remember the purpose of this software. It's analyzing records and finding things or activity that is unusual. This is exactly how someone in the day of computers would look for fraud, more so than waste. After reviewing Palantir and its owners, I found some interesting information that gave me pause. First, a contract was signed by President Trump in March with Palantir. Meetings were held at Mar-a-Lago as far back as at least July 2024, when Elon Musk proposed the Government Efficiency Commission, which subsequently became DOGE on January 20, 2025. The fact that it was done on day one signals a high priority, probably because they knew that the culprits would be destroying evidence if they knew. Palantir signed contracts with DOGE in 2025. Then, a $30 million contract with ICE was entered into in April 2025 for investigative case management. It was also used to create a mega API for accessing Internal Revenue Service records, as part of DOGE's efforts to streamline government data systems. So, it's clear that Palantir has been used by DOGE, at least in part, to find the wasteful or fraudulent money transfers that they are finding. I noticed that the media and most people believe the CEO of Palantir is a bad guy, so I decided to do a quick look. It appears to me that there is almost a deliberate smear thing going on somewhere, painting him as an evil person. But when you look at their political contributions, you see that Palantir has contributed pretty equally to both the Democratic and its co-founders are on opposite sides of the spectrum, with one being a long-term Democratic supporter and the other being a long-term Republican supporter. So actually, they are pretty balanced. During the day or two of Trump-Musk drama, something happened on Friday that supports the notion that the distraction was to pull us away from what was about to happen. Late Friday, June 6, 2025, the United States Supreme Court, in a 6-3 decision, gave DOGE full access to the Social Security files, overturning a lower court's injunction that restricted access. This access will now identify, locate, and clean 3.9 million illegals from the Social Security system after the Biden administration gave them Social Security numbers to receive benefits. So, I don't know, what do you think? Could the spat have been to take attention away from the Supreme Court decision? Is DOGE in offices this weekend deploying the software before the files could be deleted? Interesting, isn't it? There's one more piece of this puzzle. White House aides had allegedly scheduled a call for Friday to broker peace between POTUS and Musk, but late in the day, while boarding Air Force One, President Trump said he had no plans to speak with Musk and was not even thinking about him, indicating no immediate reconciliation took place. No further reports confirm a conversation between the two, but by Saturday morning, all of the tweets from both men had been deleted. There has been lots of speculation about this public spectacle between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. One approved narrative appears to be their disagreement over Trump's big, beautiful bill, which Musk has criticized for increasing the federal deficit and clashing with his fiscal efficiency goals for DOGE. But Musk knows he was working for Trump, and I don't think he is as naive about backroom political negotiations as they want you to think. In fact, I would go so far to say that this arrangement for Musk to audit the government could feasibly go back to 2018, when the Palantir software was initially put on our three-letter agencies. Another speculated cause is the elimination of a $7,500 tax credit for electric vehicles in the bill, which directly impacts Tesla's sales and may have frustrated Musk. The problem with this narrative is that Elon knew that the Biden electric vehicle mandate was going to be overturned early on. Elon has maintained that he is all about freedom, which was bolstered by his purchase of Twitter. So I just find it hard to believe that he's mad because Trump stopped a mandate, even if it would make him very rich. It would also make him very controlled, and he's the richest man in the world. I don't believe it's the electric car funding cut, and it wouldn't surprise me if the mandate was a trap to be overturned later. This plan goes way back, guys. Another narrative reported that tensions arose from internal power struggles, including the withdrawal of Musk's friend Jared Isaacman's nomination for NASA administrator. There's also speculation about personal and business conflicts, such as Musk's attempt to influence an AI deal in favor of his company xAI, and past disagreements over trade tariffs and war plans with China. Some hypothesize that Musk's departure from his 130-day advisory role marked a natural end to their collaboration, exacerbated by his perceived overreach and conflicts of interest, leading to a breakdown in their once close alliance. I call BS. I'll buy that Musk might be a hothead, but I have been watching this circus for a long time, and it stinks of a subterfuge or diversion. I'm going to end this with a conversation from the 2002 movie Catch Me If You Can, when Frank Abagnale Sr. asked his son, "You know why the Yankees always win, Frank?" The young Abagnale responded saying, "'Cause they have Mickey Mantle?" Without missing a step, the dad said, "No, it's 'cause the other teams can't stop staring at those damn pinstripes."